Well, I'm Simon Scholes. I am the founder and creative director of Perception Studios. We're an award-winning visual marketing agency, and we help brands and businesses create content that helps them stand out on their social media. That could be video content, animation, aerial work, photography, graphics, all sorts of different types of thing. And what we do is we take them through the whole creative process, so from beginning to the end and everything else that goes in between as well. However, a few years ago, became quite obvious to me after my dad had passed away. I wanted to leave more of a legacy. I wanted to help more people because that's something that he had done, which I hadn't even known about. So I wanted to be more prevalent about it. I wanted to be more honest about it, show people that I'm doing it. So I want to try and help as many people as humanly possible get onto that content creation journey. So many people can be making content, but they're not. And the reason why is a lot of people use time as an excuse, or I don't know what I'm going to be talking about as an excuse. And so I want to help them overcome that. And that's why I came up with the How to 9 Times Your Social Media process. I turned it into a former #1 book, which you can download for free right now. In the section below, there is a link. Go and click on it, download the book for nothing, and takes you through the whole process I take all my clients through, where very generically, you start planning and you end up with a podcast and everything else that happens in between. Let's have a look at that question from Common Man to Lakesman. What do you recommend putting in your description on YouTube? My subscribers and views seem to have plateaued. Okay, so the description's kind of broken down into a few different elements. The first element is a description of the video. So your first 3 lines especially need to be what the video is going to show. Now you can type more out than that, but in those first 3 lines, you need it to be succinct. The reason being is that if people go onto their computer to use YouTube, and don't get me wrong, not many people do. Most people use a phone or a tablet these days. But if they do it on a laptop or on a desktop, it will show people the first 3 lines of the description. And if they can get a good view of what that piece of content is going to be about from that 3 lines, then they are more likely to dive into the content if they use those 3 lines as a guideline. The big one is actually a title. I'm going to take you back to a tip Alan Spicer gave when he was live on the broadcast, and we are going to get him back on again. I need to have a chat with him about that. But basically in the title, when people are using their phone, which is where most people consume content, actually it will only show up, I think he said 50 characters. So you've got to make sure your title either fits into 50 characters or better damn well sure say what it is going to be within the video within those 50 characters. You can maybe bleed over the 50, but you don't want it to bleed over the 50 if you can help it. Try and keep your title within 50 characters so that people can understand exactly what they're going to watch when they're searching for stuff or seeing it pop up on their feed on their phone. So then your description, like I say, put a good description of what the video is going to be about. Then put links to your other social media channels, talk about who you are. So these are all things that you can put into your default settings. So on YouTube, you can set up default stuff into your channel so that default description pieces will come up. So you don't have to type these out all the time. So in there, you want like a description of who you are and what it is that you're doing. So in your case, the training you're putting in, why you're doing it, all that kind of stuff. You would then put in your other social media links. Then you would put in your website link. The most important thing to remember, though, when you are putting in links to external websites is that you must put in the http:// first. It's got to be there. And if it's got an HTTPS, then do use that. But that's got to be there. Otherwise, YouTube will not see it as a hyperlink and will not make that link clickable in any way, shape, or form. So then people will have to go, all right, copy and paste. And we're lazy, we're human, we can't be asked to do that. So what you've got to do is put that link at the very beginning, http:// then the web address. That will make it a clickable link. Put all your social media links in there. Definitely put your website link in there if you've got a website, because you want Google to see that that piece of content video-wise is drawn back to that website. So the SEO from that video will help that website and so on and so forth. The other great tip that Alan gave me as well, and it depends on how long your content is. So for example, with this piece of content, what I can do is put timestamps in where I'm talking about specific subject matters so that when people are searching for something, Google will also look at those timestamps and go, right, okay, they're talking about timestamps there. right, we're going to put that into our catalog. So when anybody types in timestamps on YouTube, that's going to be one of the videos that will pop up. And when they click to play it, it will actually jump to the point where I'm talking about timestamps. It's great. It's a great little tip, and it really helps your content get found more and actually watched more, because people don't have to sift through the whole content to find what it is you're talking about. They're taken to it instantly. So in your case, if you're talking about a specific type of fartlek training, maybe, then you would put that in as a timestamp in your description. And then when anybody types in on Google or on YouTube fartlek training, it will find that piece of content. And then when they click on it, it will jump to that piece of content within the main video. It's great. It's a really cool tip. Definitely give it a go. Try it out.